everybody. We're sharing today about principles so you can keep going. 7 principles that I know will help you, and it's great having Michael with me on this conversation today because we want to help you do business, and we've just touched on a few principles and finished with consistency. I want to launch straight into this one, Michael.
Well, we keep on keeping on.
That's right. That's exactly right. Because it flows really nicely. Because when you're consistent, you know I'm going to keep on keeping on. And in Australia, it's kind of one of our little mottos, isn't it? We know this, and it comes from a bit of an advert a few years ago. I can't remember which one. We're not going to do that one. But there's something about keeping on, the repetitive nature of doing the same thing and not letting it get to your spirit that this says it's boring.
It's interesting you said just before we went to the break, and I thought that was quite interesting. You were talking the analogy of Mount Everest going up, and what the success or the strategies got you successfully there. You apply those strategies even when you come down, so you continue success.
That's right. Yes.
And I think when we start to see a bit of a waver, or we get bored, dare I say that? We change how we do things.
That's right.
And we go, why doesn't it work anymore?
Yes.
Well, what were you doing? What you're doing? And you suddenly realise, I don't do these consistent. So keep on keeping on.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have what's my house roof? It's a skillion roof.
Right.
So skillion roofs.
Very nice.
It is very nice. But it's interesting. There's only a 5-degree angle on the roof, and yet the difference from the bottom edge to the top edge just has opened the whole room out. And so if the room was flat, everything gets pulled down. And I'm amazed that when we keep on keeping on and we have that angle right, it opens up. And that's the power of what we do when we get the right angle to what we are doing. And I love my skillion roof. I think it's one of the best things about my design, the design that my actual boys did for me, which was really cool. So
there's one thing about this, and it's an interesting you say that, and it leads to the next point, and you say the skillion roof, it really does stand out. What you're saying is by having a slight angle and keep consistent growth, you end up standing out. It
absolutely. And I think so. We're answering this question: should I quit? Should I keep going? And so when we apply these principles, because you know the principles of business, and we walk through passion and consistency and being helpful and keeping on, the difference that brings to you is you are a standout business. You're in the top 5% of difference makers in your business world, or even in the business world, because there's a lot of people struggling just to get by, just to pay the bills, get enough money to pay the invoices, hopefully get paid, maybe enjoy it along the way. And when you apply principles like this, you really are the standout business. And people want to know, how do you make it through? How did you get, because, I know you've had those conversations, because, that's the life of business. But how did you get through? How are you like you are today, and what is the difference that it's made for you?
It is interesting when you talk like that, and we've all been through. I've had several businesses, and people say it gets easier. Well, it doesn't get physically easier, but what gets easier is the lessons. You just apply the lessons. So, when we set this up, it's taken two and a bit years to get to where we are right now. And people say, "Oh, well." You know what they say now? Oh, you're so lucky.
Well, let me illustrate it this way. What I mean by standout. A research was done on a Harvard Business School. So let's say there's 100 students. And they were really encouraged to develop a strategic plan for their future. Because in business, you have a strategic plan. 3%, so 3 of the 100 students, wrote a business plan, 97 didn't. 10 years later, they mapped those same students. The 3% that had the plan had more wealth than the 97 put together.
Here's a question.
Really interesting.
Here's a question. Now, we're talking planning, and we're probably drifting a little bit, but here we go. Keep on keeping on. I believe in plans.
Yes.
My plans end up being on 1, maybe 2 pages. Now, they've been criticised, mainly by bank managers.
Yeah. But they want to show me the money.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, by the time I finish writing this thing, the circumstances will change.
Right.
You help people do strategic plans.
Yes, absolutely.
How do you help them design a plan that can be quick and effective? What's your take on this?
I think it's really understanding mission, vision, values, get them really clear. That's half a page.
Right.
Strategy, 5 strategy points.
Yeah.
The other half of the page.
Yeah.
The second page is your implementation, and in detail. Yeah. So you break each strategy and you put it 3 or 4 points to each of those areas.
Yeah.
You've got your business plan, and that will set you up for the next either 90 days, or 12 months, or 3 years. You can scope it out in any of those dimensions. And this really helps you fulfill all of those things. But what it does for you, because you're in that 3%, you're the standout because you've applied principles to what you're doing.
What I like about your planning method there, I can see it keeps you keeping on.
Yes.
Because you're constantly renewing it.
Yes.
You're constantly having little action steps so you can take things in little bite-sized chunks.
Yes.
And get that 5%, which, as you said, makes a massive difference.
And here's the reality. There is, say, 100 businesses listening to me today. Only 5% of them will actually take any action. That's the tragedy. And those 5% will be the standouts. Say 100 people listening to me today are asking the question, should I quit or should I keep going? But only 5% of them will actually take each of those principles, or 2 or 3 of them, and let it help them. But just imagine if 100 businesses who are asking that question today, all of them took these principles, all of them would have passion, all of them would be helpful, all of them would be consistent, all of them would keep on keeping on, all of them would be standouts, all of them would be, which is one of my last principles, they would be inspiring to those around and about them. And, you know, the world needs inspiration. It really does. You know, let's take a nation of Spain that's struggling economically. And we've had a question from a Spanish business.
Yeah, you did.
You know, just imagine if he was asking a similar question, and he takes that, Joseph takes that, and runs with these principles, and he inspires another 3 or 4 businesses who are asking a similar question, should I quit or should I keep going? The inspiration that we bring to that world, the energy lift that we bring, you know, national economy can be changed. A national economy could be changed dramatically by understanding we're not going to quit. We are going to keep going because I have passion. I am going to be helpful. I will be consistent. I will keep on keeping on. And
be inspirational.
Be inspirational.
The one thing that when you say inspirational, that what's flashing to my head is that you have a look at the people who want to work for other people. People want to work for Richard Branson. People want to work. They want to work for people that have this package, got all those qualities you're talking about. But they want to work for people who inspire them. And it's amazing that when you become an inspiration, I'm going back to your other point. Those people who've been inspirational are also very, very helpful in getting the next generation up.
Absolutely. And, you know, we can, you know, that imagination. This is this preferred future we talked about, writing that, and thinking about that. Imagine if this cafe owner, Joseph, changes the economy of a nation. And we think, well, I'm only a cafe owner. No. You're a business owner understanding I ain't going to quit. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to engage in business principles. I'm going to do these things. I'm going to be passionate. I'm going to really look to my future. Yeah. I'm going to apply this, and I'm going to be that standout business, and I'm going to make a difference because I'm going to inspire others to bring the change into their world that they can do as well. And add a mate, add a friend, add a colleague. What's the difference?
So, we're getting to the end of the show. Well,
okay.
Part that I'm on.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, it's great, Michael. And really, it's good to have a conversation like this that kind of stirs the juices in us and in our listeners. It's great.
So, the listeners listening to this section, they're going, I'm stuck. I've got a block. I need to break through it.
Yeah.
There you're 7. Someone says, okay, I'm going to start. What is your little summary at the end of our section where you'd say to somebody now, this is where this would be the first couple of steps I would take?
Okay, that really is a very good question. Where should I start? I would go back to your beginnings. What is that switch that you switched and you said, I want to make a difference by doing this? Yeah. Work on your passion. Work on your why, your mission, your purpose, and watch the difference that actually makes, and then tell the story. Tell your story to somebody about you. Tell your wife, your kids, your neighbours, your friends, your colleagues, your suppliers, your clients. Get on the shop floor, tell your story. I'm really excited about my future. Here's what we do. You might not have got all the passion back, but by beginning to tell your story with enthusiasm, because you are now inspired, it will help you reignite your passion, and it will then help you do the other principles that I've talked about today. So start at the beginning, flick that switch again, but really be positive about how you tell your story and watch what happens in your world.
Thanks for having me on, John. No. I think I'll go and make some notes while you do the rest of your show.
It's great to have you on. It's great fun to do this. We want you to help you do business better. Thank you for listening to myself once again on The John Hardy Show. Hello everybody, I've got a question for you. Would you like to be a guest on The John Hardy Show? I would like that, and it's really easy for you to find a way in which you can let me know you are interested. So please send me an email at john@peakconsultancy.com.au, or really easy, leave a comment below in the comments section and I will get back to you, and I'm looking forward for you to being a guest with me on my show.